Hey guys, talking about the Esee Zancudo. You saw my review before on the Avispa. You saw my review on the new Ontario Rat and D2. These low-cost D2 knives are just a blessing for the knife market and for those people looking for a really good, affordable EDC blade. So this is no different. We're going to go over the finer details of this bad boy. So essentially this is an Esee Zancudo in D2 steel, which is a semi-stainless tool steel. And as you can see, it comes with the half G10, half steel handle with a two-way pocket clip. And it is about just shy of a 3-inch blade, just about 3 ounces in weight, and has a thumb stud opener. It's a pretty smooth action. Now, not the smoothest I have and own, but overall, very nice. It opens very well, closes very well with a single hand. You can see it rockets pretty well open. Feels good in the hand. Good ergos. Got a little jimping on the back there. Let's do kind of a full look over on this thing. So right off the bat, we do have the stonewash finish with the Esee logo on there. You have a thumb stub with dual. It's a little shorter on the right than it is the left. A little tiny bit of jimping there. Open pillar construction. Frame lock with a. You can see that lockup is very good. You can see that's pretty close to 100% there, so that is a very good lockup job with them. Likewise, the blade play is pretty much non-existent, which is awesome as well. Lanyard hole at the bottom, and the clip is reversible for tip up and tip down. Now, one thing I'm going to say right off the bat is this is not the greatest knife for tip down carry. When you do have it in a tip down position, the end of the pocket clip actually rests on the lock bar, which makes it very difficult to open and close the knife as quickly as you can in the tip up. So that is something to pay attention to. If you are dead set on tip up, you may need to stretch out the pocket clip a little bit, because it does put that pressure directly on the lock bar. Now here you can see it's actually kind of resting on the actual frame as opposed to the lock bar. It doesn't affect the opening or closing. Nice even, flat grind to this. Secondary bevel, nice and smooth. You can see the light reflecting off that. That's just from me stropping it. A D2 steel you really got to keep after because it is so hard to sharpen. So I strop it pretty much after every use. So overall, guys, very good ergonomic feel, as you would expect. It fits in the hand well. It's a little, I have kind of medium-sized hands, and, well, I lie. I actually have huge palms, tiny fingers. I mean, gigantor mitts there. I take like an extra large glove, but then my fingers are like, so you can see it's a little crowded for me. So if you do have gigantic hands, gigantic sausage fingers, this may be a little difficult for you, but overall it does fit well in my hand. It locks in well with that little bit of a finger twirl there. Good for close-up work. You can choke up on the blade as well. Carries well in the pocket. Overall, very nice. One other thing that is kind of cool about this knife is that you can see here is that the knife actually balances on the pocket clip. Due to the location of it in the tip up, it actually balances. So if you want to set this knife down someplace damp or someplace wet, you can, and it will not touch the ground. So that is a cool little feature of this knife, is that if you are using it someplace wet, dirty, nasty, and you don't want your blade actually touching, it will work. That does not work in the tip up, of course, because it's then on one end and the knife just kind of tips over like that. But in tip down, you do get that option. So another thing to note, it's overall just a decent thickness to the blade. The tip is nice and sharp, but not too thin where you have to worry about it snapping off. Good, kind of well-trusted design, kind of based off the Ontario Rat. The Zancudo and the Avispa are, kind of the Rat 1, Rat 2, essentially. Just slight differences in blade shape, overall length, and weight. So, like I said, guys, this is 3 ounces, so it's a good weight. Price, $35. That is a steal for D2. No pun intended. Yeah, this thing just really good price for the money. 35 bucks for D2. I mean, my God, you're spending like 22, 23 bucks for a rat in ACR 13 MOV. 15 bucks more, you're getting D2. Now, the upsides and downsides of D2 is it has really great edge retention. Downside is it is a bear to sharpen. You're really going to have to invest a lot of time, and you're probably going to want diamond stones or something like that if you want to do it in any reasonable amount of time. And the second thing is D2 is known to be a little chippy. There are, of course, varying different opinions on that. I've never had a D2 knife chip, so I'm not in that camp, but I do have to put it out there. There are people who do have some issues with the D2 because it is so, prone to chip. Your ability to close this thing is actually, like I said, really good. It closes well, opens well. You can see this thing rockets open, and this is with no adjustment, just a little clean and lube. But yeah, overall, really fast deploy. Of course, I can get my hands right on that pocket clip there for a really secure deploy. But overall, guys, really enjoyable knife if you like flipping. So, do a little cut test now, guys. This knife has seen a lot of use. This knife has been sharpened probably once or twice. I've had this knife since it came out. So it's been 6 months at least. I've had this knife. I've used it quite a bit. It's been in my pocket quite a bit, even though, I've reviewed other knives. I've kind of gone back to this because I really do like, the shape, the size, the weight, the good D2 steel. So this thing has seen quite a bit of use, a couple of different sharpens. Like I said, I tend to keep up on it and just use a strop. And that does keep it in good hair shaving condition. But you know what? This thing had pretty hard use in the garden over the weekend. It's seen a lot of use around the house. So let's see how this steel is holding up with this cardboard. Ooh, not a good sign. Oh, there we go. You can see it's catching a little bit, but it's also seen heavy use too. So that is important to note. Yeah, this cardboard, it doesn't like this cardboard. So let's see where it's at with hair. So let's get a paw down there. You can see that it is still hair shaving. Not quite though, it's just losing the edge. But considering the amount of work this has been through, garden use is really tough on a knife because you are cutting through varieties of different materials. It's getting into the the ground, the soil, rocks, things like that. It can really wear down a knife pretty quickly. So the fact that it is still hair shaving, I'm not surprised. The fact that it has lost a little bit of that edge, not surprised either. But then again, guys, 10-15 minutes on a strop, and this thing is going to be good as new. But that is one of the downfalls of this knife versus like ACR 13 MOV. ACR 13 MOV, you could probably have that thing back to laser sharp in like 2 seconds. This right here, anytime you try to do anything with this knife, it's going to be, a 10-minute ordeal. So anytime you expect to strop, touch up, or anything, you're not getting away with anything less than 10 minutes. And if you let this knife go seriously dull, you're going to be spending 20, 30, 45 minutes or an hour sharpening. So I highly recommend, if you're going to have a knife like this, keep up on it. Strop it frequently, strop it often, touch it up as needed. Don't let it get too bad because it will really be an absolute mess to have to try and keep this up if you let it go too far. So there it is, guys. The Zancudo, a really nice knife for the money. Inexpensive, tough, rugged, good steel, good quality, good ergos, everything you want in a great EDC knife.